sorry for the way I look today. It is hot outside. It is ridiculous. But I wanted to do some stuff today to show you all some packing food in buckets for long-term food storage. So this is West Virginia Farmer's Daughter, and I hope you like my video. So today we are packing food in buckets for long-term food storage. Why would you want to do this? Maybe you're a prepper like myself. I'm kind of a prepper, kind of a homesteader, and kind of just all around think of it as like an insurance policy for my family. But maybe you realize food prices are going up and you just want to buy it while you can at a lower price and be able to hedge against some of those problems for your family. So if you want to pack some food away for whatever reason, the types of food that you can pack away, and this is a big bag of rice right here, which I'm going to pack up here for you guys in a minute. Maybe some dry milk, maybe some beans. These are all types of food that you can pack away. Most of your dried goods will do well like this. So gather all your stuff first so that you can be able to pack it up, all right? You're going to want some scissors. You're going to want something to dish out food if you've got it in a great big bag like this. You need at least a bucket or two to be able to put your stuff in because mice will eat through these bags. You need your Mylar bags. You can order them off of Amazon. You need those. You need your oxygen absorbers. If you can see this, I got my oxygen absorbers right here. You're going to need a heat source, which mine is plugged in. I don't know if you see the wire back there. It is plugged in and ready to go. And you're going to need something to pack your stuff away, and I have a little something over there to pack those oxygen absorbers away in quickly if you are not able to use them all right away. But I really recommend you try to use them all right away. So, let's right now. Bigger than what I needed in order to do this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off a little bit of the extra top from these bags because I really don't want to have too much room for too much air in there. Maybe because it's Mylar, maybe I can kind of reseal around the edges if I really wanted to make like small spice packets or something. I don't even know if there's enough room to seal it off appropriately and really get all the air out. So I'm going to cut these off probably about halfway up the top, just so I feel good about it. I think probably right about here. So it's not an exact science, but I'm just going to cut off a lot of the excess because I don't want to leave too much room for extra room in there for air. So I'm going to go ahead and do this with the rest of these bags. Should be about the same. So I have all my Mylar bags sealed off about 2/3 of the way in. So I went ahead and took my trusty straightening iron right here and sealed them off all the way 2/3, but left this little pocket. And that little pocket is because that's where I'm going to put the O2 absorber. I did all of them but this last one, so I'm going to do this last one with you right now. So, all of them have been sealed 2/3 in the way. And by the way, if you touch that, it's going to be really, really hot. So, I now have my trusty O2 absorbers. There is a little oxygen indicator to indicate that they are still good. It's usually pink. I think it turns like black or blue or something if they are too used up to being good anymore. So you definitely want that to not have changed to some really funky colors. So these, I also need something, anything, because I think there's like 20 in this pack. I don't have 20 bags sitting here. I need something to put these in right away to try to seal them a little bit, so that I can keep them good until I get a chance to do more bags. Ideally, if you can have 20 bags ready to go, you do that 20 bags right away, because this stuff will suck out all the oxygen real quick. So, yeah. Or, worst case, you can put them in another Mylar bag and seal it. So, oxygen absorbers. Here we go. Put in one in here. Punch out all the air that I can actually see. And take a straightening iron and seal off the rest. Sealed and ready to go. One. Oxygen absorber. Alright, so all of these are now sealed and have the oxygen absorbers. But wait, what do you do with these? Well, I would recommend sealing them off in something. So, something, anything, so that they are still good. So maybe, if you can make this up real quick. Alright, I got oxygen absorbers. Is there a little bit of oxygen still in that bag? Yes, but it is a lot less than would be if I stored them by just like putting them in that. You need to get those somehow sealed up, and you probably should try to use them quickly, like reasonably quickly. I don't even know if these will still be good, but I'm trying. Alright, so each of these bags is now going to get a label so that I can get it fully labeled. You can already see some of them starting to suck up like this. Already looks like it's sucking up some of the oxygen. And quite a few of them already kind of have that feeling like they're already getting sucked in, which is what you want. So I'm going to label these and get them all packed away in a bucket. I think about 6 of them is going to fit in this bucket, and now I know that about 6 of them will probably do another bucket. Okay, so I have sealed off all of my bags. I put them all in the first bucket, and actually I went ahead and stashed the first bucket in a cool, dry place. I've heard several different theories on this. Sometimes you want to label the outside of the bucket. Some people, hello Bentley, another beautiful kitty cat has come to join us and see what we're doing over here. And he's trying to find any things of rice that I may have left behind. You will be okay, kitty cat. Some people like to go ahead and label the outside of the bucket. Some people don't like to do that because the theory is if somebody else is ever in my garage and comes to see my garage or something else, why would I want them clearly seeing that I have buckets and buckets and buckets of rice and beans and dry milk and other things? I don't want everybody knowing what I have. So some people keep a little notebook or a little something, and to the side, and they just label the bucket with a number 1, number 2, whatever the bucket number is. Doesn't matter. It also means it's really easy to keep a notebook and say bucket number 1 has rice. Bucket 1, 3, and 5 have rice. You know, it makes it really easy to see what you have and easy to change what it is, and by changing it in a notebook rather than changing the label on the bucket if you run out and decide to buy something else or do something different. Also, I want to point out one thing I did with my Mylar bags that were left, and I set it over there. I should probably get it for y'all. 1 second. So, something that I did with my Mylar bags that were left is I actually, or with my, not my Mylar bags that are left, bits and pieces of Mylar bags, is I sealed the bottom. The sides were already sealed, which leaves me with this nice little pocket Mylar bag, nice small size. It's the pieces that I cut off the tops. What I did with that is any O2, any of my oxygen absorbers, I put those in a spare Mylar and sealed the top because I'm trying to keep them good for as long as I can. And then I put that those spare oxygen absorbers in Mylar things and Tupperware, whatever you got. If you have a mason jar, whatever it is, I put that aside in something so that I'm trying to keep them good until the next time that I do this, hopefully. And again, they should have come with a little indicator thing that changes to some funny colors if they've absorbed too much oxygen and are no longer good. Hopefully you'll be able to preserve them. Hopefully I use these up quickly enough that it doesn't matter. But in case I didn't get a chance to show you all, I sealed it 2/3 and then I placed those oxygen absorbers in the final thing and sealed them up. So I have all my bags in my first bucket. These are my little spare things I cut off the top, which are now perfect for if I want to store some spices or something small. Think small. Think a little bit of spice. Think a little bit of something to make your meal a little bit more enjoyable. Maybe you want to store some small packets of tapioca. Think about how that could be useful in baking. Cinnamon. Other dry things that you might want to seal up a little bit of. Maybe you have other uses around the home for why you might want to have smaller bags of things. I don't know what you have going on, but this can still be useful. I wouldn't throw these out. I sealed off the bottom so they're ready to go, and I have these for something else. Just seal off the top whenever I find whatever I want to use them for. I've got those and my other oxygen absorbers and my other Mylar bags, and I sealed off my first bucket, and I'm going to seal off this bucket and go put those aside in a cool, dry place. Other things. Some people like to store a great big 5-gallon Mylar bag in a 5-gallon bucket and just have it filled with one big bucket full of rice like that. I like smaller portions so I can take them out and keep them in a working pantry. That is really your choice and whatever you like to do for your own household. So if you have any other tips for long-term food storage, please put them in the comments down below. I am by no means an expert in all this. I'm just doing what I think is a good insurance policy for my own family. And I thank you very much. And please hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button for West Virginia Farmer's Daughter. I am signing off.